It's a absolute pleasure today to come and play you some music on the accordion. Thanks to the Royal Voluntary Service for asking me to be part of the virtual village hall. I'm Peter Wood. I'm away up as far north as you can get in the Shetland Islands. So I'm going to play you some traditional music on the accordion and some of my own music, but it's mostly traditional stuff, or slightly Scandinavian sometimes. So let's take it away. And remember, share this about if you're watching it or anybody's watching, and let us know how you're getting on. That's great. Well, there we go, folks. That was a wee set of reels to get us started with today. The Duke of Perth, followed by a tune called The Rose Tree, and the last one was the real Tullach Gorham. We've got to get a sound in that one, the Tullach Gorham. So I believe there's people all over the world watching this, so that's fantastic. I hope you're enjoying. I don't know if you can put comments into me or not, or if it's how that works, but it's awfully good to... Wait, and I'll see if I can do that actually. But yes, there we go. Lots, I've found them. So fantastic, folks. if you could share this about for me, it would be really nice. Anybody fancy a dance, says Valerie. Yep, absolutely, I'd give you a dance now if I was here. Here's a wee set of waltzes for you this time. The first one was composed by a Norwegian who was working in the wartime in the Shetland Islands, and it's called the MTB waltz. And the MTB waltz is the Motor Torpedo Boat Waltz. And the second one is a tune called the Black Mask, or people call it the Saturday Waltz. So, brilliant. If you've got I see all the comments coming up here now. If you can let me know where you are. I love to know where you are. As I said, I'm in the Shetland Islands. I'm as far north as I can go, so let me know how you are. The weather's not too bad here today. Bit of wind, but that's not unusual in the Shetlands. Here we go. Hello, everyone. In Finland, Cambridgeshire. Granny for Shetland. There you go, a wee set of waltzes that you could have done a wee St Bernard's waltz to or something. Really interesting seeing all the comments coming in here, folks. Somebody saying they'd love to visit the Shetlands, had seen it on the television. Yeah, it's a lovely place to live up here, and I've got two wee children, and they're 7 and 6. And we stay about 50 yards from the beach down there, and there's killer whales and otters and all sorts of things come in, so it's really nice. A nice place for them to grow up. So I hope you're all staying safe out there, folks. And I saw somebody from County Antrim in Ireland there joining us. I've actually got a Highland cow called after me in County Antrim. Last year, when the first lockdown started, I started playing every day a little set of tunes just to try and cheer people up, and I got to 150. And this man thought it was really nice, and this wee Helen Coo was born, so he called it Red Peter after myself. Because my hair was a bit red at the time, because I was doing a charity thing for NHS Shetland, because we managed to raise over £8,500 for the staff, which was really nice. Right, here we go. Enough speaking. I would play requests for you if I can. I think we're stuck with a wee bit with copyright with some stuff, but we've got plenty we can play, so don't worry. Here's a wee set of jigs. Kenmure's up the wall, the mucking of Geordie's byre. The mucking of Geordie's byre. That's the cleansing of George's cowshed. There you go. The English translation of that one. The mucking of Geordie's byre. How long did it take me, Yvonne? I've been playing the accordion since I was about 12 years old. So, I'm only 22 now, so I was 22 stone. Right, here we go. Right, Kenmure's up in the wall. Finish off with the Irish washerwoman. How does that sound? Set of jigs. Who's that? Morag Chambers said. Morag. My brother lived in Unst for many years. I teach in Unst sometimes, and I've played a lot up there and taught in Yell. My wife is from Mid Yell, and my mother and father-in-law are still in mid-Yell, in Yell. So I wondered who your brother was and what he taught and when. Maybe taught my wife. There we go. Fantastic. I saw somebody asking for Amazing Grace there. Yeah, I think we can slot that in. I would say that's traditional. There's not a problem with that one. So I'll do that in a wee minute or two for you. It's great, really happy music. Well, that's magic. If it's happy music, folks, yes, that's what we're all about. It's been a really strange old year. I have a band and all that as well, and we haven't been able to play for a year now, which is kind of strange. But we're getting there. And I got my first jab the other day, so woohoo! So here we go. Right. I can't remember who it was that asked for Amazing Grace, but we'll do it now just so as I don't forget. So the first tune is a wee tune. I'm going to play a wee tune that I wrote for my daughter Grace, and it's called Grace Elizabeth Wood, because it's a slow waltz like Amazing Grace. And then we'll do Amazing Grace. Is that wee request for someone after it? He taught PA in mid-Yell in the 80s. My wife was 1979. Come on, Morag, you'll have to tell us who it was. Now, that was a tune I wrote for my daughter Grace, my wee lass, and that was called Grace Elizabeth Wood, followed by Amazing Grace. So we've tied that together on the spot. That sounds good. Here, there's quite a lot of folks saying that they've been to Shetland or they've been to Unst. The RAF used to have a big place, the old Air Force houses, yes, up in Unst. It's getting turned into a space station. There you go. Going to launch rockets, which my wee girl hopes comes true, because she wants to be the first woman on the moon, she says. And Wild Mountain Time, I'll try and fit that in as well. I'm sure that'll be classed as traditional. Here is a wee set of Shetland reels for you, since everybody's talking about Shetland. This is a tune called Willowfjord, and the second one's the Peerie Hoose a Hint the Burn. Up in Shetland, instead of saying we, like they do in Scotland, or small, as possibly you say in Manchester, instead of small, we say Peerie. And the Peerie Hoose a Hint the Burn was the Peerie house, the small house behind the burn, which in the olden days would have been a toilet, the outside water closet. And the last one's a tune called The Merry Boys of Greenland. That was an old tune that they think came hundreds of years ago to Shetland on the whaling ships. So, Helen, I would love to play the Dark Island for you, but I don't know how I am with the copyright with that one. But just for this particular channel. Anyway, folks, I'm also, you can look me up on the internet as well, if you've got the internet, Peter Wood Music, www. And I've also got a channel on YouTube, Peter Wood, and there's about 140 videos on there that you can go on and watch. And I'm on tonight as well on Music from Scotland page on Facebook, and that's always a good night as well. And we kind of play anything on that one, so give me a shout there. Here we go, Shetland Reels. Whew. go. A wee set of Shetland reels for you. Richard Cole says, hooray! We do a lot of hoorays in Shetland. Especially at this time of year, from January onwards, we have the Up Helly Ah season. And Up Helly Ah is the Viking Fire Festival. So I don't know if anybody's ever seen that on the television or that, where we kind of dress up as Vikings and burn a ship and do the whole bit. And there's always a lot of cheering and 3 cheers for this and 3 cheers for that. So hurrah! Right back to you, Richard. Vaughn says my feet are tapping and my cockatool's bopping his head and singing. I'd love to see that. That would be fantastic. Oh, fantastic. I love it. Here's a couple of marches for you this time. One of them's to do with Up Helly. It's for the squad that we went round the halls one year called the Odd Squad. That was AUD, odd, because that was the Viking character that Leslie Simpson was that year. And the second one is a tune that I wrote called Golden Days. So I hope you enjoy. Please keep coming with the comments. It's absolutely fantastic to see you getting in touch. Do you do Zoom sessions for community groups? I'm not sure what you mean there, Hilary, but you could send me a message. You'll find me easy on Facebook, folks. I'm Peter Wood Music, and I'm on my website's that as well, so you can go on and see a wee bit of my history and what I've done and where I've been and where I should have been and why I wasn't, all that kind of things. Anyway, couple of marches, enjoy. You can do a wee Gay Gardens to this. This would be the thing to do. great, folks. I'm glad everybody's enjoying it and getting some uplifting tunes for it. There's Alan Swinson there. Fantastic. Great suggestion, Alan. Glencoe. Because I was thinking, what can I play along with the Wild Mountain Time that somebody asked for earlier? And somebody said they've put me on the big telly. You'd need a big telly to put me on it. There we go. Anyway, keep all these comments coming in. It's fantastic, folks. It's really strange times for us as entertainers as well. I'm actually an accordion instructor in the schools in Shetland. I have about 50 pupils a week or something like that that all get accordion in the schools. So, but we also play a bit and go about all over the world playing bits and pieces. But it's really strange just now because I'm sitting playing to you and we usually hear people speaking back to us or clapping or making a noise of it, and that's just not there. So we're getting used to performing online. But it has also been a blessing because we have found out that there's an awful lot of people have been kind of isolating even before this pandemic came along. There's been a lot of people on their own or at home themselves, and we've kind of found all these new people to play to, so it's fantastic. Caroline, I'd love to do Caledonia, but I think he's maybe a bit tied up with copyright, that one, but we'll try other things. But yes, and I noticed somebody else saying there about YouTube. Yes, I do have a YouTube channel, Peterwood Music. If you search for that one and go on, and if you fancy subscribing, hit that box. That's magic, because then apparently if there's an advert they'll pay me 3 pence someday or something like that. Who cares? Right, here we go. Somebody asked for Glencoe, and what was the first one? The Wild Mountain Time. Folks, the Wild Mountain Time and the Massacre of Glencoe. A love song followed by not so much of a love song about the McDonalds and the Campbells that ended up falling out with each other. Not sure if they even speak to this day. One's got a burger chain and the other one's got a soup factory. But there you go. Caroline says, no dinner tonight. She just can't stop dancing. That's fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that. And keep coming with good comments, and the virtual village hall might ask me back. That's it. If you keep them coming, no bother, Alan. Glad you liked it. So music's wonderful, isn't it, Sue? For reminding us of memories. It's such a strong tool that we can always associate certain tunes with different points in time and things. Here is one that we used to get at the school dances. It's the Dashing White Sergeant. So we're going to do a wee set of reels. The Dashing White Sergeant, I can't remember the name of the second one, and the last one is a wee Shetland tune called John Spencer You a Sound. Valerie says, I hope they ask you back. Well, that would be lovely if they did. That would be good. As long as you're enjoying yourselves, good. That's great, folks. That's my bit of job done for today, which is wonderful. And a lot of guys and all that are asking, they have tip jars and all that kind of stuff, but I've not been doing any of that at all because I've got a job just now, as I say, and I'm all right just now. So if I can give a wee bit to all you guys just now, that is fantastic. But go on and check my website out if you want and have a look on it, and Peterwood Music, and you'll see all the kind of silly things I get up to. And there's a lot of silly videos on the YouTube that might give you a laugh as well. The accordion played in some pretty strange places from time to time. So there we go. Even to the sheep in the field next door to me here, and they weren't the best audience, but it was the only audience I had in lockdown. So there we go. Hey. Thank you, everyone's just found me on YouTube and subscribed. Thank you very much. That's brilliant. Anybody else fancies doing that? That's great. Go in and there's hours and hours and hours of stuff on there. That should keep you going for a wee while. Yeah, I love that. Dancing with the dogs. Nothing like having a wee dance with a dog. I lost both my dogs in lockdown, in the first lockdown, unfortunately. They were both old. They were 14 years old, but two black Labradors, but it's a bit of a kind of big miss. But I've not got around to replacing them yet. I'm going to wait and see what's happening with all this. Hopefully we're getting there, folks. Hopefully we're getting there. But it's certainly been strange times for us, that's for sure. Here is a little tune that I wrote for a PE teacher at one of the schools. Somebody else was talking about their brother being the PE teacher there earlier. There was a PE teacher in the up in Bray, a little village up at and she retired, and the school asked me to write a wee tune, and she really liked kind of Scandinavian music. Now, if you can imagine, up here in the Shetlands, we're just as close to Bergen in Norway as we are to Aberdeen. So the capital of the Faroes, and the Faroe Islands is far closer than London and things. So we're about 12 hours from Aberdeen up into the North Sea, 12 hours to Bergen. So Scandinavian music's a bit popular. So this is a little Scandinavian sounding tune that you can have a wee polka to, and see what you think of that. Accordion tunes there, just a wee tune with that kind of Scandinavian feel to it. There's Maggie saying brilliant. Thank you very much, Maggie. And Sue's saying what you will need, feeling happy and lots of dancing. But absolutely right. And you know, when the first lockdown started, folks, and we had Joe Wicks on the telly, oh, gee whiz, I don't know if Andy tried that, but I would rather have a wee dance round the living room than, couldn't keep up with him. So that's that. So anyway, but there we go. I'm glad you're all enjoying it. And it was funny when I was saying there just a wee bit earlier on about how long it is, a whole year. I've played in dance bands and things since I was 14 years old, and usually been out every Friday, Saturday night playing somewhere and all over the world and whatever. And then a whole year of absolutely nothing. And I was speaking to my friend the other day over in Ireland, about a month ago. You might have heard of Mick Foster. He's part of the duo Foster and Allen. And Mick's a terribly nice fellow, a really, really nice guy. And for them as well, Foster and Allen, they've played all their lives, and all of a sudden they can't go and do concerts and things like that. So it's a real learning curve for us. And we've had to learn all about this internet thingy and make the most of it, haven't we? Here's a wee set of jigs for you, starting with Bonnie Dundee. I noticed somebody for Dundee on there earlier on. The second tune's called Bugle Call, or the Bugle Horn, can't remember, one or the other. And the last one's McDonald's A Wat of the Wars. So, take your partners for a wee Strip the Willow or something, whatever you fancy. set of jigs, Bonnie Dundee. There we are. There's Claire Woods saying, happy music, just what we need. Well, I'm awful glad you're enjoying it. That's very nice, folks. So I'll be doing another couple of tunes here. And yeah, your dog keeps telling you it's tea time. I think my children will be telling me it's tea time in a wee while. But fortunately, my wife Karen is dealing with that side of things. So Grace and Angus will get fed. Do not worry. And dogs don't hang back, Valerie, when it comes to telling you it's tea time. That's it. But as long as you're enjoying it a wee bit, folks. And as I said before, there's 2 or 3 folk put on, they've found me on YouTube already. There's a big YouTube channel there if you want to have a listen. You can delve in and listen to tunes whenever you fancy. And if you subscribe, whenever I put a new one on, it comes on and tells you that there's a new one on, and then you can go and look at it. Doesn't cost anything. It's all free. So don't worry about that. I've been a musician long enough now to realise I'm never going to be rich. So that's fine. But you can go onto my website as well if you have a wee look at that. I've also got lots of CDs for sale and all that with the band and things. You can have a wee look if you fancy. And that would be cool. And what are we going to do now? A little barn dance, like a Canadian barn dance. This is a little tune that a chap asked me to write for his wife for their 30th wedding anniversary. And her favourite, it was in lockdown, and her favourite tune, well, favourite dance is Canadian barn dance. But she's a hairdresser, so it's called the Hair Clippers Dance Band, barn dance rather, because there wasn't much chance at a haircut, was there, even for a while. Anyway, enjoy this one, see how you go on. What are you having for tea, folks? Let me ken. I think we're on the pasta with the cheese sauce tonight. I asked this one night, a couple of months ago, and there was all these folk from America putting it, I'm having lobster and things. I was like, right, gee whiz, not bad. We're all out there eating steaks and lobsters and things. I thought, gee whiz, aye. For you there. Kate Heath says, veggie burgers for tea in Portugal. Gosh, just before lockdown, the October before lockdown, the year before that, I was out playing at a wedding in Portugal. I play the bagpipes as well, and the folk wanted me to go and pipe for them. So I went out and played, and it was lovely. We were in a place near Sintra, north of Lisbon. Absolutely lovely place. So we had a great fun out there. I've got curried soya mince. Look at this starting to fry up. Alan Swinston's gone for the... Yeah, you're like me, Alan. The healthy... All these folk eating this healthy stuff. Chicken and soya mince. And Alan and me's like, fry up. That'll do it. Curry. All sounds good. Up here in Shetland, there's a big thing called roasted mutton soup. That's kind of like salted mutton soup. But I'm not just too keen. But there we go. So as long as you're enjoying yourselves, folks, that's the absolute main thing. If nobody's in too big a hurry, we could maybe squash in another wee set of tunes here, I think. We'll start off with a wee jig called the Atholl Highlanders. And then, yeah, it was National Bagpipe Day, Lisa, you're absolutely correct. So the Atholl Highlanders here, this is a big bagpipe tune as well. So, and remember tonight, folks, if you're stuck for something to do later on, I'm on the Music from Scotland page on Facebook. If you look up Music from Scotland, search for that one. I'm on at 9 o'clock for an hour tonight, and I'll be playing a completely different selection of tunes. You won't hear the same ones you heard today, so you'll hear something different. So all I can say is thank you very, very much for joining me today. I hope you really have enjoyed it. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing for you. Really nice to see some new names coming up as well, because we tend to end up in these wee social bubbles, but it's really nice to have had your company for an afternoon. So starting off with the Atholl Highlanders, a wee tune that I wrote called the Inside Out Fish Eater, and finishing off with the Irish tune the Mason's Apron. So I hope I'm allowed back someday. So pester Village Hall and say, hey, that guy was okay, let him back on, he was fine. I'll buy you a drink if we ever get out of Shetland, ever again. Take care. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure playing to you. Thanks to Andrea from the Royal Voluntary Service for getting in touch and asking if I'd come and play for you. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you have enjoyed it a wee bit. And somebody was saying they'd missed it, but I noticed Virtual Villa Hall's put on that you can re-watch the videos on the page. They're all recorded, so just go back and have a look. Thank you very much, folks. See you later. there, right? A melodeon's buttons on both sides. This is a piano accordion. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Stay safe out there, and I hope we'll catch you up sometime again. Take care. Good evening. See you soon, folks.